Hey, what's happening, Wargamers? It is Leland coming at you with another Marvel Crisis Protocol video, and this is the one that I'm really looking forward to because it is Magneto and Toad. And, I mean, this has one of my favorite X-Men characters in it. Like, just in general, I've always really loved this character. I think he's always brought a lot to any story he's in the cartoons and everything. I just really dig him, and of course, I'm talking about Toad. No, no. No, I'm talking about Magneto here, and my attempt at humor probably is falling flat there. So, but no, Magneto's always been one of my favorite characters. I've just really enjoyed almost any arc that he's in. I like that he's bounced from hero to villain so many different times. I think that he is just an incredibly nuanced character, and I just really like him. So, the fact that Magneto is getting a model and one that looks just phenomenal. I'm just really happy about that. So we're going to take a look at everything here. So before I even break it open, there's a lot going on there. But it looks like Magneto also has a couple constructs that he uses as well. So we got some objective tokens there. So clearly we have a new crisis card that's coming with this one. And of course, we got the Brotherhood of Mutants there. And what stands out here, obviously, is Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, and Juggernaut. So we got 3 more coming, and a lot of people have been asking for Juggernaut. So that is a win in my book. So we got ourselves a 14-threat extraction. Okay, so we got some safe houses that we have to go find. Basically, looking for a senator. And looks like we're picking up the senator. We're reduced to slow movement and rolling 1 less dice on defense and dodge. But you score 2 victory points if you happen to hold the senator. And then we have actually a few cards here. So we got Asteroid M. So yeah, that one's really good. 2 Brotherhood of Mutants spend 2 each. Place the one of the 2 characters not holding an objective within one of the other. And that is just warping across the board. So that is, wow. That's a steal for 4 points, or for 4 energy. We got Magnetic Refraction. So Magneto pays 2. And Magneto gains cover, and allied characters gain cover within 3. And if using the Brotherhood of Mutants affiliation, return the card to your available team tactic cards. Wow. So you can just keep playing that for 2. You basically give your entire team cover. We got Magnetic Crush, which is an ability here. Physical, 6 damage, range 4, 5 power. Ugh. But when you create the dice pool, okay, you destroy any number of interactive terrain features size 3 or less within range of 2, and you add dice what is it? If you do add dice equal to all the destroyed, oh wow. So if you destroy a bunch of size 2 terrain, you're adding in a bunch of dice to it. And before damage is dealt, other enemy characters within range 2 of the character suffer 1 damage. Wow, so you just throw a big ball of hurt. And yeah, nothing wants to get in the way of that one. We got Heave Ho. So with 2 allied characters within range 2 of the same interactive terrain or less, spend 1 power, and choose one of the characters to throw the terrain feature medium. Yeah, okay, great. And we've already looked at Asteroid M. So that is some really nice cards there. We're going to start looking at Toad first, and he's just a 2 threat with 5 health. Wow, okay. 3s across the board, but he's got some neat abilities. First off, his strike ability basically causes a push for size 2 and less. Always really nice. Spit Acid is the one that I really like because it puts the Incinerate special condition on it. Doesn't even need a wild or damage. It just does it. The downside is range 2. The Finder's Keepers basically allows him to move assets around, and I believe, is it the one that allows him to no, it just allows him to move assets around and basically pass objectives off for 2 there, which again, really solid if you can pass things off. And then Hop, basically it's a movement for 2 power, so it's place a character within range 2. Slippery here is yeah, so after an attack targeting the character is resolved, if the character was damaged by the attack, you may use the superpower and advance medium. So if you take some damage, you can get out of dodge. And Prehensile Tongue, basically, you can controlling or securing an objective within 2. So really solid. He's going to be a nice little harasser card, and he's going to be an interesting one because I can't see a lot of people taking him on as a threat, but you also can't ignore him. So I like it. And then we got Magneto. So we got the 6 threat, we got the 6 health, we got the short movement, but look at that mystic defense. Nothing else really stands out on that. But let's see, his reverse polarity here. So it is a standard strike, but if the target character is within range 2, this character may reroll any number of attack dice and then push the character short. I like it, and that is a powerful strike ability there at 6 damage. Shrapnel Blast. So you measure range and line of sight for this attack. You may choose a measure from a metal construct within range 3. And something he can do is create metal constructs every power phase. So you're always going to have a metal construct kicking around. And and then it also gives stun. Now it is an area 2, but considering you can measure from the metal construct, that gives you a lot of really interesting options. Whether or not it's worth 5 power, I don't know, but so far things have been relatively well balanced. And then from the ruins is the leadership ability. This one is great. Anytime terrain is destroyed, basically, you can give some power to one of your allies once per turn. So if a lot of terrain is... and it's equal to the size, I believe. Yeah, so that's actually pretty crazy. That's some crazy power generation right there. Fatal Attraction here, you can spend 1 to 4 power, and you can start throwing terrain around. So all those like size 1 lampposts, barricades, all that sort of stuff, that is great. We finally have a use for those. You can just sort of nickel and dime a whole bunch of things, and it is being thrown long, which is a lot of fun. We got Force Projection here. So whenever an attack whenever targeted by attack or dodge roll, you can use this superpower and use the Mystic Defense. So for 2 power, you're getting that 6 Mystic Defense. Magneto is going to be a tough one to take down. And then what we got here? We got Master of Magnetism. So that's the one where he creates a metal construct and then he gets power for each metal construct in play at that time. So Magneto is all about generating power and basically being very defensive. He is going to be a solid rock and core to your force. So I like him. I'm really excited about using him. The 6th threat is a little off-putting, but it's not a deal breaker for me. And obviously he is on a nice big base. And so we'll take a look at Toad first here. Toad, super simple here. I like the model. I like the pose, crouching on that brick wall there. I like that the prehensile tongue is kicking around. All in all, I'm not a huge Toad fan, but this looks like it's going to be a great model to put together and paint. We got some constructs here as well. So it looks like I don't know if this is one or both of the constructs, but we got some constructs here. And these are the things that he creates in the power phase to basically give more terrain to kick around and throw. Oh, sorry about that. And then we got Magneto himself, and he looks super easy to build. Really looking forward to that. I love his very sort of like commanding pose that he has kicking around. A little bit of additional terrain behind him. So yeah, really looking forward to this. So you guys know the drill. I'm going to get this guy assembled, and we're going to take a further look at him. And we're back, having painted up Magneto and Toad. And I gotta say, I'm a big fan of both these models. I was stoked for Magneto. He's one of my favorite characters. Toad, I wasn't expecting to enjoy painting him up as much as I did. So we're just gonna take a quick look at them. We're gonna take a look at Toad first. So let's get Magneto out of the picture here for a moment. And there is Toad. And I like the dynamic nature of it. I like the forward motion. Oh, let's see if I can get this thing to focus here. And just in general, he was much more enjoyable to assemble and paint than I thought. I like all the contact points along the brickwork there. If I had any complaints about the model, it would come down to the way the hands attach. I didn't feel like the contact points there were the strongest, and the extra little tassels just make things a little bit... I don't want to say a pain, but not as easy to work with as I otherwise would have liked. I would have liked a little bit more of a notch in there. I like the fact that the tongue is out there and it's not overstated. It doesn't quite have the same flimsiness as, say, Ghost Rider's chain or Angela's ribbons or Daredevil's baton, but it's still kind of nice and dynamic. I like that it gives a different surface to play with. I like that his face has that nice contorted, deep texture look to it. All in all, like, this model itself just took really well to the shades. It took really well to the colors. And in general, I enjoyed it. It was fun. I wasn't anticipating it. So all in all, I really liked the Toad model. I think it's a great little addition to the collection here, and yeah, not a bad model to assemble. Then we bring on the one that I was looking forward to the most, and that is Magneto, the Master of Magnetism. And you'll notice that he comes with these two extra things here, which are basically they're metal constructs that he creates in the game itself. And there's two of them. You know, one has the car door on here. They have the metal framework and everything, bits of the traffic lights, and just in general, they were both just, you know, very simple. They're 1-2-piece models to put together, but they have just a ton of attention to detail in them. I really like them. I mean, not really much more to say than that. They add an extra little bit of terrain on the table, and I like them a lot. Now, Magneto, he is just a fantastic model. I love the pose. There was an extra bit of rebar or whatever it was that attaches somewhere. I was never able to figure out where. It actually fell off during the painting process, and I just decided to leave it off. I felt it was just more trouble than it was worth. But I like the giant girder in the background. I like that he has that pose of, you know, he's manipulating the things around him, the environment around him, and he's getting ready to throw them. And that's very much reflected in his gameplay as well. I love that the cape has the flared out back to it, which is really nice. The little bits of debris on the base itself, his pseudo tactical rock, I really like as well. Just everything about this model is fantastic, and I love it. Now, as you can see, I went with the Uncanny X-Men uniform, as I later learned. I'd actually seen somebody else do this online. I really liked it, so I was going to imitate it. I later found out it's from running Uncanny X-Men. I really like the look of it. It is just a great model to paint. I mean, I'm kind of tempted to grab a second one just so I can paint up another Magneto in that traditional red and purple look that he has. But just in general, I love it. It is such a great model. I think for his threat level, for what he does with the Brotherhood of Mutants, I think he is such an imposing model on the table. He doesn't have an incredibly aggressive stance, but he has something that, you know, it's really confident and has that leadership look to it. All in all, I gotta say, I think Magneto has become one of my favorite models, if not my favorite model that Atomic Mass Games has put out. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Leave some comments below. Let me know what you want to see, what you like, what you didn't like. Be sure to check out the series of Marvel Crisis Protocol battle reports that have been going out as well. And as always, happy wargaming.